Good evening and thank you for joining us on the news, and we apologize for bringing you the news late. Our crew is just making sure that we'll bring you the latest update. I am Ebulomo Adekunle. The Independent National Electoral Commission in Ekiti State has presented the results for the 2015 presidential and National Assembly elections in the state. The presidential election result was collated at the INEC headquarters, while the results of the senatorial and House of Representatives elections were collated at the local government headquarters of the 3 senatorial districts. CoreTV News' Rashid reports that the People's Democratic Party led the results collated in all the 16 local government areas of the state.
The 2015 presidential election result in Ekiti State was collated at the INEC headquarters in Ado-Ekiti in the presence of political parties, returning officers, local and international observers. During the exercise, collation officers of each local government took their turns to present the results and challenges encountered during the elections. Speaking to newsmen shortly after the presentation of the results, the resident electoral commissioner Sam Olumeku commended all political parties for the cooperation during and after the elections.
You can see that in Ekiti State, the scope, that is the state collation officer, has just concluded his assignment, and the results have been endorsed by all the political parties, who are contesting in the state. We are transmitting this to Abuja immediately for further action at the national level. We have had a successful outing here, and we give all the praise to the Almighty God.
For the state returning officer of the PDP and APC, they described the exercise as fair and credible.
As the APC is concerned, the exercise has been fair, it has been transparent. We are part of the process from the day of distribution of, even inspection of materials that was brought in by the CBN, to the distribution of materials to all the local government areas and all the wards and polling units, and then the collation of the figures at the state headquarters of INEC. It's been fair, it's been transparent, and we abide by the results. Very much. INEC should be commended. We have not scored them 100% because there are some hiccups. Some of the card readers had problems here and there, but nonetheless, they have performed creditably well, and they should be commended because there's always a room for improvement.
Thank you very much. Election. I think I'm satisfied with the whole process, starting from the elections, behind the issues that were corrected yesterday during the accreditation exercise. It was peaceful, security was okay, and because we were in the heart of the electorate, they voted them as for us. We recorded our number 16-0.
The chief returning officer for Ekiti State presidential election was Professor Adebiyi Daramola, the Vice Chancellor of the Federal University of Technology, Akure.
Aftermath Saturday's election, Lagos Resident Electoral Commissioner Akin Orebiyi confirms delay in collation of results in the state due to ongoing voting process in some parts of the state today. In an interview with journalists at about 10 p.m. last night, Orebiyi says security is assured in areas where voting continues today. He, however, did not state the affected areas.
In the area where there be electoral activity, that's at a polling unit. Why do we even present security for? It's not to protect the electoral activity. That's where or where you expect maybe 3, you may now have 5 or more. But they won't debar you from going to church.
Anxiety looms among the various political parties who contested yesterday's 2015 election as they await the results from the various wards and local government areas in Edo State. Party agents, politicians, and some of the candidates were on ground to monitor the exercise. Results are still being collated from the wards and that of the local government from Edo South. Results are to be declared by the returning officer at the designated centers in Benin City, while the state resident electoral commissioner Mike Igini is expected to announce presidential results. It is expected that results would be announced as soon as they are fully collated. Security operatives deployed there are expected to maintain law and order, and so far no violence has been recorded. The office of INEC in Ilorin is gradually beaming with activities of some local government collation officers finally arriving. Among results on ground is that of Isin and Okero local government areas. Collation expected to start as soon as considerable numbers of local government collation officers arrive with results. INEC officials and observers are at the Ake Palace, which serves as the collation center for Ogun State Senatorial District. They await results from 4 more local government areas out of the 6 local governments under the Senatorial District.
$935. Number of accredited voters, 17,463.
1
Okay. Number of accredited voters, 17463. 463. 22. ACPN 102. AD 38. ABC 36. APA 86. 86. APC 11102. CPP 53. Hope 10. HOA 21. NCP 29. PDP 4456. PPM 152.
At the INEC office, the state returning officer, Duroni of the University of Lagos, also awaits results of 13 more local governments. 7 local governments have, however, been announced. The results are for the presidential election. A long stretch of traffic has built up from the Mile 12 bridge all the way to Ikorodu bus stop as soldiers have barricaded the ever-busy road based on what they called an order from above. The Inspector General of Police, Sulaiman Abba, had announced that there would be no restriction of movement today over the rescheduled elections. It was learned that following the hiccups experienced in the voting on Saturday, the Independent National Electoral Commission postponed elections in 5 local government areas in Lagos till today. These are Limosho, Oshodi Solo, Etiosa, Koshofe and Shomolu local government areas. However, a resident of Ikorodu, Abiodun Samuel, wondered why the residents of Ikorodu would be barred from moving when Ikorodu local government was not among the areas that INEC had listed. Meanwhile, investigations by our correspondent showed that the voter turnout today may be less than yesterday due to the Palm Sunday, which will witness long hours of service and street processions. The police have, however, warned people who have no business at polling units to stay away. It's the CoreTV News at 7. We'll take a break and return with more reports. Don't go away.
The army was not supposed to be visible or to be around any polling unit unless there is a breakdown of law and order, and they have been invited by the Inspector General of Police.
That elections are sheltered in Africa is no news. But in Nigeria, it comes with consequences.
Against the will of one man.
Consequences that have toggled the nation's politics and may shape how Nigeria elects.
This is the year of PDP.
the momentum gathers.
When we promise, we deliver.
The fireworks is unending.
We did it and continue to do it.
55 years this year, and in her fourth republic, this is Nigeria's 5th general elections. All the action, all the news, the updates, and the news behind the news we will bring to you live from the field and in the studio on CoreTV News as Nigeria elects.
Many thanks for being there with us, and for more news and other information, you can visit our social media platforms on Facebook, facebook.com/CoreTV News, our Twitter handle @CoreTV News NG, and on YouTube, youtube.com/CoreTV with a space then news. As voting continues, some units at Oshodi Solo are yet to perform their civic rights. Oluwaseyi Adegoke has details of this report.
The hope of the electorate at Ward D2, Agbalaya, was dashed on the 28th of March to cast their votes, despite the extension by INEC.
Now, what is the time now?
It is 25 minutes after 2.
Up till this time, you have not seen
law enforcement agencies. Most of them have come around. They promised they will come. They are coming to escort them down to this place, and up to this very minute, we are yet to see any of them.
Unit 055, Salami Street, also was not excluded.
The situation is very, very bad. It's very, very bad. You can see the old women and old men here suffering for one person or two people. They are hungry. Everybody, even I, you can see me, I'm hungry. I've been here for a long time, even yesterday.
Even some people that have to go to church did not go to church, hoping that they will come today. Up to now.
Since when they have been voting in this street is #1 that used to take the highest number of the voting.
The situation took another dimension at Unit 056, Ward D2.
We have gone to the INEC office. We reported it at the party level, and they promised they will be here by 1 o'clock. This is 2 hours, we have not seen them. This is after 3. But the people here, we are determined to vote D056. They are not going to church. Our people are going to make statements.
That's the first time that this place at Oshu never hold election.
Jubrila Street, there was no election conducted yesterday, and they brought in a result that there was an election conducted. We don't know where they saw that result. So the INEC that conducted the election, they should come and prove to us where they got the result and everything.
Already, all eyes are on INEC office at Abuja for the final results. Oluwaseyi Adegoke, CoreTV News, Lagos.
As the rescheduled election in the 5 local governments in Lagos went on as planned, for people who could not vote on Saturday in Shomolu, Brownson Owana monitored voting in the area and brought back this report.
The crowd outside Okemeta Primary School, Bajulaye Road, in Shomolu area is protesting what they describe as fraud in the electoral process. A party agent disguised as an INEC official but was later fished out by Nigerian policemen.
By the time we started accreditation and before the vote, we noticed that some people are coming in through the fence and the police people are around.
The issue now is that the former councillor, the immediate past councillor of this ward, is from PDP, and now he wants to gain his entrance inside with his supporters. When at the arrival of the council chairman, Honorable Orekoya, it was bad to move in, despite his position.
An APC stalwart debunked the claim, saying that it is only government from the center that has power to choose INEC official.
Who owns INEC? Who appointed INEC? The REC, that's the most senior INEC personnel in any state, was appointed by the government of the day. I'm talking about the PDP government at the center. And secondly, when you are talking about recruitment of ad hoc staff, it's not limited to any party. Obviously, they will call, all parties will make overtures to INEC by virtue of being residents of that particular locality, and they make them as ad hoc. But for their staff, I'm talking about permanent staff, they brought them from another area, probably from Abuja, we wouldn't know them, but for those ad hoc, they are a combination of all the parties as presented by INEC.
Even though some centers were rowdy, some voters say they are pleased with INEC for extending the elections till Sunday.
We are happy we are voting now because yesterday we almost fought here. After waiting, we were here till 7 o'clock, thinking that these people will come back. They didn't come back. But now that I have come back, I'm calling friends who were here yesterday that are in the church now. I told them to come back, let us exercise our rights.
Yes, they did not bring the voter listing on time. They did not bring it on time. Yeah, that is why, but we are here at 7:30 in the night.
Yesterday we were here before 7 o'clock. We are accredited yesterday, but we couldn't vote. We waited till 6 o'clock. Everybody have to go home. We are happy that today we could be able to come back here to exercise our right.
As we gradually travel down to the end of the presidential and National Assembly polls, it is expected that the wish of the people will count. Brownson Uwana, CoreTV News, Lagos. We'll take another break now and we'll return with a story from outside Nigeria. Don't go away.
Now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime Days.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then News. CoreTV News, a 24-hour news station.
A former girlfriend of the co-pilot who crashed an airliner in the French Alps is quoted as telling German newspaper Bild that Andreas Lubitz could be aggressive. The woman, who was an air stewardess, met the pilot through work last year. She also says if Lubitz deliberately brought down the plane, it was because he understood that because of his health problems, his big dream of a job at Lufthansa as captain and as a long-haul pilot was practically impossible. And that's it on the news for this time. We'll take a break and we'll resume with the updates on the 2015 elections. Don't go away. I am Ebulomo Adekunle.